Here's something worth noticing. Drive through almost any comfortable neighbourhood and it looks like success is everywhere. New SUVs on the drive, luxury headphones, designer trainers, expensive holidays. On the surface, it feels like everyone is doing incredibly well. But that surface can be misleading, because in many cases what you're seeing isn't wealth, it's spending, and those two things are very different. The uncomfortable reality is that many people would rather look wealthy than actually be wealthy. Not intentionally, but culturally, that's the direction the incentives push us. Status tends to be measured by what's visible. The car you drive, the clothes you wear, the places you travel. But real wealth works very differently. It's mostly invisible. The difference between looking wealthy and being wealthy. Looking wealthy is easy to recognise. A brand new car, designer clothes, luxury watches, expensive restaurants. These things are visible signals. They say, I'm doing well. But being wealthy rarely looks like that. Real wealth tends to sit quietly in places people can't see. Investment accounts, pension contributions, emergency funds, income producing assets. Instead of attention, real wealth produces something far more valuable: freedom. The freedom to walk away from a bad job. The freedom to take time off when you need it. The freedom to make decisions without financial pressure. That's what wealth actually buys. But building it requires something that feels uncomfortable in a world driven by appearances: patience. Why so many people look rich but aren't? Let's take something simple: cars. You see plenty of people driving vehicles worth 50k, 60k, sometimes even more. It's easy to assume they must be financially comfortable. But most cars on the road are financed, which means the reality often looks more like this: a monthly payment leaving someone's bank account before a single pound is invested. When money goes toward consumption first and investing second, or not at all, wealth struggles to grow. This isn't about judging anyone's choices. It's about understanding how financial outcomes develop over time. Because money has two possible directions. It can be spent, or it can be invested. And over decades, those two paths produce completely different results. The quiet power of invisible progress. One of the hardest parts of building wealth is that it doesn't look impressive for a long time. Someone investing consistently every month might look completely ordinary from the outside, driving an older car, living in a modest home, avoiding unnecessary upgrades. Meanwhile, someone else might appear far more successful: new car every few years, frequent holidays, expensive lifestyle. But appearances don't tell you anything about financial security. What matters is what's happening beneath the surface. Because wealth compounds quietly. Each year investments grow, dividends reinvest, pension contributions accumulate. From the outside it looks like nothing is happening. But over time, the gap becomes enormous. The social pressure. Nobody talks about. Part of the challenge is social pressure. People naturally compare themselves to those around them. If everyone in your social circle upgrades their car or takes expensive trips, it can feel like you're falling behind if you don't. Even when the opposite might be true financially, in many environments spending becomes a kind of silent competition. Not intentionally, but culturally, which makes choosing the slower path harder. Driving a reliable car for 10 years, skipping unnecessary upgrades, investing the difference instead. These choices don't attract applause, but they quietly build financial strength. The mindset behind real wealth. People who build serious wealth often share a similar mindset. They care less about what things look like, and more about what the numbers actually say. They understand that money spent on appearance disappears quickly, but money invested can grow for decades. They're comfortable making decisions that might look ordinary today if it creates freedom tomorrow. And that mindset can feel counterintuitive, because the rewards are delayed. There's no immediate validation, no social media moment, just steady progress happening in the background. Two different paths. Imagine two people earning similar incomes. One upgrades their lifestyle regularly, new cars every few years, frequent luxury purchases, minimal saving. The other keeps expenses controlled, drives a practical car, invests consistently, focuses on building assets. After a decade, the difference becomes obvious. The first person might still look successful, but financially they're dependent on maintaining their income. The second person has something far more valuable: options, investments that continue growing, savings that provide security, and increasing control over their time. The quiet reality of wealth? Most people assume wealth is obvious, but the reality is almost the opposite. Many people who look wealthy are heavily financed, and many people quietly building wealth look completely average, because wealth doesn't shout, it whispers, it goes quietly in the background while everyone else is focused on appearances. Once you understand that distinction, financial decisions become much clearer. You stop chasing the image of wealth and start building the real thing.